I wanted to take a moment to start this video by acknowledging one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life, and that's George Floyd being murdered on camera. And I want to make sure that this is a moment that I can affirm that I will never defend an action like that in my life, and I hope you wouldn't too. With that said, we're going to talk about Bryce Young today. In my last video, I talked about why Bryce Young wouldn't be able to start over Mac Jones for Alabama in the 2020 season. Granted that we have a 2020 season. And today, I'm going to tell you why I believe that Bryce Young will actually push Mac Jones. And if he somehow ends up being the starter, it will be because of these reasons and because of Mac Jones' inability to overcome this. So I just got to say, first of all, that Bryce Young is a very talented quarterback. His ball placement is great. He has great field awareness, which I put an underline on because he seems to be uncanny at this, kind of in a way that Tua kind of had that ability too. He has better mobility than Tua did, and definitely more mobility than Mac Jones. His accuracy is also outstanding, and he has a solid arm. His mechanics could be more consistent. I've seen him fall away a little bit and not have as much hip torque at times, but his release is still pretty quick considering his arm drops a bit when he's gearing up. And so I wanted to, as you're seeing some of this in the plays that I'm highlighting right now, I'm actually gonna just show you a quick breakdown of some of the plays that caught my attention and showed me some of the things that I saw here. So in this first play from a highlight reel that I watched, Bryce is rolling out to the right and his head is up the whole time. And when you have a quarterback, that's necessary. When you're running, when you're escaping the pocket, you want to keep your head up while you're running so that you can see your receivers coming free, especially when defenders are coming off their target. He unloads a throw to the back right of the end zone. I like that he leads this throw upfield and to the back right of the pylon. It's out of the DB's reach, and the receiver gets to run to the ball instead of having to stop for it, wait on it, or having to do a jump catch for it. And the fact that he did that on the run, that makes it even more impressive. Another play from the same highlight reel I'm going to show you, it shows you some more of his skill set. So here the protection slides to the right, and Bryce Young wisely slides to the left with his feet. The feet look good, and notice that he is almost 3 to 4 yards left of the left hash as he unloads this throw upfield just inside of the right hash. And so that's a kind of a cross field throw, not a full long cross field throw, but you can kind of see the talent there, the fact that he can make those. He shows you what he could possibly do when it comes to throwing across the hashes. The ball lands out in front of the wide receiver over the shoulder. That's accuracy. My biggest gripe is that his feet didn't remain in a stable base, and he falls away to the left as he's unleashing his ball. And in college football, that can make the difference between a well-thrown ball and a ball that's slightly underthrown or possibly in danger of being picked. But you can see the talent here. Now, in this next play, I'm going to show you is that Bryce Young is standing in the pocket and he delivers a strike up the seam to a streaking wide receiver over the shoulders and right in his hands. Like, that's really great accuracy, and he really ripped that ball. You see it come out and get on top of the receiver. It's great arm and accuracy on this play. I would like to see some more, like I said, hip torque and rotation when he is delivering the ball. But if you can put it on like this, that's really, really good. Now here's probably one of the best throws I've seen from his highlights here. This is just a nasty throw. The blitzer is coming through free on this play, and Bryce Young notices a one-on-one in the slot. Bryce Young starts throwing the ball as the wide receiver crosses to the inside hip of the defender. The ball travels upfield and hits wide receiver number 4 in the hands at eye level, like right here. Notice that he doesn't just throw this out in front of the receiver where the wide receiver has to run horizontally to get it. He throws it vertically and in front of the receiver so that the wide receiver can run vertically and get upfield. If you don't know what I mean, if he threw the ball horizontally, the wide receiver would have to keep running to the side, catch the ball running that way, and start facing the sideline. Bryce Young threw the ball upfield where the receiver turns toward the end zone and then can reach out, grab the ball, and continue to run. And that's a nuanced thing that makes a big difference in the outcome of a play, or even the difference between a touchdown and just a big game. And that's really solid play. You got to give props for that. The last play I'm going to show you is this play just kind of shows you some of Bryce Young's nice touch that he has on the ball. So this is a deep throw, and on a lot of these throws, the defenders aren't playing tight coverage, And the good news is that his passing traits, the passing traits like this, translate to every level. He's just gonna need to get used to seeing defenders closer to his target. So this touch that he shows, or the ball placement that he shows in his other play, those are things that translate to the next level. He just has to make sure he's used to doing that against college level athletes. And honestly, if he can do all the stuff that you're seeing in this highlight on the college level, like he can translate all of that, I can see why people would say he would start over Mac Jones. But like I said, you can't just assume that he's gonna start doing all this day one and be a great game manager, and all these skills just seamlessly transition without any drop off or without any need to learn at all. I think that's going to be the thing that lets us know, will he hit the field this fall? So I just told you why Bryce Young will push Mac Jones, because these traits are not simple. These aren't things that every quarterback has or can just easily do. And so with that said, do you believe that Bryce Young right now is at a level where he will come in and for sure start over Mac Jones? Let me know in the comment section below.